We all value the comfort of familiarity, especially in our work. It gives us a sense of ease and predictability, sparing us from unwanted surprises. But when we get too comfortable with our routines, we risk entering a dangerous territory, where minor issues start to upset us and our creativity and productivity decreases. Our fear of failure starts to hold us back, leading to less progress and long-term dissatisfaction. So let's take a moment to reflect on how our comfort zone can start running our lives and think about ways on how we can introduce change and embrace discomfort, leading to long-term growth and satisfaction. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Tamino. I'm working as a product lead in tech, and on this channel we explore different strategies and tools we can use to lead more productive, successful, and meaningful lives. When we are in a comfort zone, we feel at ease, we feel confident, we know what to expect, we know how to do the work. So we don't need to think much about what we are doing or how we do it. So we achieve a steady level of performance, and our day-to-day is mostly stress and anxiety free. While being in our comfort zone can feel good and also increase the level of contentment we feel, it actually hurts our long-term growth and also the satisfaction we will get out of life. Because in this state, we don't learn any new skills. We don't go out and meet new people or explore new places. And then we start to become really bored, and minor issues start to upset us, and we focus on the things that don't really matter, missing out on a chance to creating the life we truly want. Of course, our goal isn't to completely eliminate the ease and contentment we feel, because you also didn't want to go to the gym and then work out the whole day until your body breaks down. But introducing a little stress and anxiety here and there will lead us to grow, learn something new, and thereby creating the life we desire. And now the question is, okay, when do we want to start venture out of our comfort zone? It's when we notice that we didn't learn anything new, that we didn't take any chances, or that we don't achieve the things we set out to do. It's really about creating an awareness of the different areas of our lives and seeing where we might be too comfortable and too passive. The crazy thing is, once we start to leave our comfort zone and embrace the challenges, the problems that seemed so hard become surprisingly easy and straightforward to solve, to a point where they even don't seem like problems anymore. And then we also get up excited in the morning, because we know we are working towards our goals, we're making progress, and this gives us purpose and meaning. The problem that many of us holds us back though is this frame of mind and the limiting beliefs we often hold ourselves. But by going out and facing our fears and getting over this initial hurdle of facing the unknown, we start to rewrite those beliefs and become more confident, and thereby becoming a new person. A person that is resilient and that has strong self-confidence and self-esteem, that faces adversity with a positive state of mind, knowing that any problem can be figured out and solved. And next to that, we create a stronger self-awareness by understanding what we value, what we don't value, and thereby creating the life we truly want. The question now is, how do we get outside of our comfort zone? It's by thinking about the areas of your life where you want to make improvements. Going back to the point where we talked about the areas where we could need improvement or where we didn't learn anything new for quite a while. So identifying these areas and then thinking about, okay, what in concrete do I need to improve? And also, what person do I need to become in order to achieve that? Because often achieving a goal is dependent on our routines, our beliefs in ourselves, our thought patterns. And so we might need to adjust some of those in order to be able to become this new person and thereby achieving this new goal and getting outside of our comfort zone. And once we have that defined, and it's also okay to just get going and choose something and then learn as you go by, for example, having a journal and reflecting daily or weekly on the progress you made, and thereby also better understanding the areas where you might need to improve in order to get to where we want to go. What's important though is that we think about goals which are kind of measurable, so we know if we are making progress. Because if it's too abstract, it might be hard to really measure if we worked on it or not. And what is really helpful is to treat this whole thing as a kind of experiment or project you're trying out, where you make a hypothesis and then go out in the world and try what you thought is right, and then you get learnings and you reflect and then you adjust, and thereby over time really getting this area more clearly defined. Though what's also really important to keep in mind, no matter how much planning and goal setting we do, we won't get around really facing this initial fear of the unknown, our stress which will go up, the anxiety we will feel, and being aware of that and knowing that it is completely normal and everyone experiences that when they go out and try something the first time. I had it when I held my first live webinar, wrote my first piece of code, or start a new job. It's every time where you're leaving your comfort zone, you will be faced with these feelings. And it's just a natural response we developed over the last few hundred years, where earlier you were happy if you had these responses and then ran away or hide, for example, when you were faced with a natural threat. But in modern times, we are not in those situations that often anymore. So we need to learn to see them as they are and then just push through it. Because on the other side of this feeling of stress, anxiety, and facing the unknown, we have growth and satisfaction because we get after our goals, we achieve our goals, and we working towards the life we truly want, which gives us meaning and purpose. And it's also okay if you from time to time also retreat back to the comfort zone. Like when you go to the gym, you start with lower weights and then increase the load, and in between you sometimes also go back again to lower weights to get this feeling of excitement again and gaining this energy to get after the more harder weights again. And the same thing is true when we leave our comfort zone, because it's more important that we keep up the momentum so that we do progress, even if it's only a little bit, but therefore every day or every few days, and thereby really getting closer to where we want to go. Because it's much harder if we, let's say, stop and then didn't do it for like 2 weeks to get started again, versus if you do it every day, even if on some days it's only a little bit. And then once we are longer in this zone of discomfort, it becomes our comfort zone, as our comfort zone starts to widen if we see it as a circle. And then we start to change our beliefs about ourselves, because we know we now have this new skill which we can utilize to solve problems. So our self-esteem, our confidence starts to grow, and we rewire our beliefs and become a new person. And if you want a little inspiration on what areas or routines you could tackle first, I made a video about the 5 things most productive people do every day. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Remember, keep growing, keep striving, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.